What's poppin', party people? Are you searching for a truck for around $5,000? Well, if so, I have a list of the 10 cheapest trucks that you could find for around $5,000. First on this list, in no particular order, is the 10th generation Ford F-150. Any Ford F-150 will do if you're looking for something that could run a long time. If you're looking for reliable, I wouldn't recommend. When shopping for this truck, look for an 02 to an 04 because by this time they'd fixed most of the bugs. They came with a 4.2-liter V6, a 4.6-liter V8, and a 5.4-liter V8. The 4.6 had 231 horsepower and 293 torque, and the 5.4-liter had 260 horsepower and 350 torque. They aren't the safest, they received a poor safety rating, and sometimes the cruise control would catch fire. They can tow, however, 8,000 pounds, so if you want a truck that can tow a decent amount and run forever, look for a Ford F-150. Number 2 on this list is the Toyota Tacoma. Any year is fine, but the affordable ones are from 95 to 2004. They run forever. There was recently a Tundra, the bigger version of the Tacoma, that reached 1,000,000 miles, so this kind of proves that they're reliable. They came with a 2.7-liter inline-4 and a 3.4-liter V6. No V8, sadly. The Tacoma also came with a 4-speed auto trans or a 5-speed manual. The inline-4 produced 150 horsepower, and the V6 made 190. The max towing on this is around 3,500 pounds. Number 3 on this list is a Nissan Frontier or a Nissan Hardbody. The Hardbody is the ancestor to the Frontier, and where I come from in New York, you rarely see any Hardbodies. They were made from 86 to 97, and I recommend getting the V6. And if you want the Frontier, anywhere from 97 to 2000 is affordable. But any will do. Spending $2,000 to $4,000 will get you a good truck. But if you can afford to spend the full $5,000, do it. They came in a 2.0, a 2.4, and a 3.3-liter V6. The V6 made 170 horsepower and 200 torque. The 4th truck on this list is the 2nd generation Dodge Ram. The Dodge made these trucks from 94 to 2001. They're literally everywhere, so they're fairly cheap. But before I start, let me be clear. Watch out for rust. These things are infamous for rust, and they will rot to the ground fairly quickly. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm not hating either. I have a 97 2500 with 124,000 miles that I bought for $1,000. It's not perfect, but compared to others, it's perfect. The Dodge came with a 5.2-liter and a 5.9-liter V8 and a 5.9-liter Cummins and an 8.0-liter V10. The 5.2 produced 230 horsepower and 295 torque. The 5.9-liter had 245 horsepower and 335 torque. The Cummins had 235 horsepower and 440 torque, and the V10 made 300 horsepower and 450 torque. The Cummins in good condition is well over $5,000, but you can find some decent ones for around $5,000, and I couldn't find any V10 Rams available, so if you can find one and get it, because it's a V10. 5th truck on this list is another Dodge, the Dodge Dakota 2nd Gen. As similar to the Ram, with a 5.2-liter and a 5.9-liter. The 5.2-liter made 220 horsepower, and the 5.9 made 250 horsepower. It came with an SXT, Sport, and SLT. All the perks of the Ram in a smaller package. You also need to be aware of the rust, though. 6th on this list is the 85 to 92 Jeep Comanche. It came with a 4.0-liter inline-6 that produced 190 horsepower. Make sure that the Jeep is 4-wheel drive, because a lot of them that are around are 2-wheel drive. Number 7 on this list is the Ford Ranger. Any year is good. They can be very cheap in the manual options, including manual windows and manual transmission, and the price gets higher for electronic options. The 83 to 2011 4.0 produced 160 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. Number 8 on this list is the Chevy Silverado / GMC Sierra. If you want better options and more luxury for slightly more money, my favorite year is the 2000. I can recommend looking for an OBS Chevy or an old body style Chevy or a CK Chevy, which is the same thing, which is the year before 1998. These came with a 5.0-liter V8 that made 175 horsepower and 235 torque, or a 5.7-liter V8 with 255 horsepower and 330 torque. If you want the Silverado from 98 to 2001 with a Vortec 5.3-liter V8 and a 6.0 V8. If you want leather, get ZL1. Next is the Chevy S10 / GMC Sonoma ZR2. They were produced from 94 to 2005 and came with higher ground clearance 31-inch tall tires, skid plates, and disc brakes from the factory. They came with a 2.2-liter and a 4.3-liter V6. The 4.3-liter made 190 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Lots of aftermarket upgrades are available to make this a very sweet off-roading truck. And the 10th and final truck on this list is the Chevy Colorado. The Colorado was made from 2003 to 2012. The 3.5-liter inline 5 made 220 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. These trucks are made to replace the Chevy S10, but be aware when buying the crew cab as it received a very poor safety rating. Alright, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate y'all and have a nice day.